Well, hello. This is Andrew again, and I'm doing this little video, much like the other one I did, because there is a distinct lack of information about the gateway CX210X, and by default that's most of the M series and the CX. They really used the same stuff for most all of their convertibles, including the Finepoint stylus. Now most people go with the Wacom for a good reason, and I'll show you one of the primary reasons. Now this is the stylus that came with it. I recently had a problem where its tracking stopped working well, and that was because the battery had run out. This is a pretty easy fix, but it's a pretty simple fix, but it's hard to do. You just replace the battery. Inside of this stylus is a quadruple A battery, just one. The downside is that Gateway sealed it up so that it would be inordinately difficult to get to. I'll give you a little show here. Unfortunately, I'm going to need to move around so that I can reposition the camera a bit. So, I hope you don't mind. Let's see, about here. Okay, now, as I mentioned, this is the stylus. I hope the lighting's okay. I'll probably just wind up recording this in a bit anyway. This back, you're going to have to pull it off. Now, I've already pulled this off once, so it's going to look a lot easier for me to do than for you to do. But you pull it off, and this entire back part pops off. And these are the grooves that, of course, click it into the pen garage. Now what you'll notice is that on the back you've got, let me get this a little closer. My camera's not too good for close-up stuff. You've got this little metal piece that comes out, and the spring that makes the contact with the negative side of the quadruple A battery. In addition, there's also going to be, to the stock quadruple A battery, there's going to be a rubber sleeve that's glued to it. Now I took that rubber sleeve and I inserted it back in. However, I inserted it and made a little cut in it right here, so that instead of being round and constricting, because the general idea is that you don't want the battery power coming to the metal case. So of course they put it around like so to prevent that from happening. Now the important thing to note is that you really, unless you're doing extensive changes, the type that I wasn't interested in, you're not going to be able to pull out the circuit board or any of the stuff up here. But for most people, this fix should be definitely sufficient. So like I said, I took my little thing and made a cut in it so that if I wanted to toss in an Energizer battery, an Energizer quadruple A, I could. This battery came to me from Kip K, who did a 9-volt battery hack thing, and so I cracked open a 9-volt battery and got a bunch of these quadruple A batteries out. So anywho, put it back in, put it in with the rubber sleeve to keep it from contacting. Push this in so that we've got our rear contact. It's going to be quite strong, the spring is. And then, son of a gun. And then I'm going to slide this on over the assembly and clip it back in. Now up here it's going to be glued right along this on the inside, which is why it's so darn hard to get off. What I did was I got some really strong thread, some coat button mending thread, and I ran it through the hole up at the top. I quadrupled it over and then slip knotted it onto a door handle. But even then it was giving me trouble, so I added in a pair of channel locks with some tissue paper so that it didn't mar anything. and then I just held on to this, hold on to the other side, and pulled as much as I could. After about 10 minutes of trying to pull and pulling just slightly different ways here and there, I finally got it off, was able to replace the battery, and now, just to give you an idea, it works fabulously now. You probably can't see this because my camera isn't good, but the stylus just works perfectly. It works better than it worked when I got this computer off eBay. So that's that. I hope it helps some of you who are having problems with your stylus but don't want to give up a good computer. For example, my CX210X, I've got running Windows 7, and it just skips along quite well. So yeah, enjoy.